So most of you are waiting for the prelims result, right? Irrespective of, you must have checked XYZ keys. Many of you know also कि हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है. Still you are waiting for the key, right? This is problem number 1. Please don't wait for the result. These 20-25 days are very, very crucial, especially for those who may clear this year. उनके लिए तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा crucial है. What is the strategy, irrespective of whether or not you are clearing prelims this year or not? You evaluate your paper. ये करिए आप, मेरा कौन सा सही हुआ, कौन सा गलत हुआ. इसके बाद सेक्शन में उसको डिवाइड कर लीजिए. ओके, पॉलिटी क्वेश्चन आई कुड डू, आई हैव कंसेप्चुअल क्लैरिटी इन पॉलिटी, पॉइंट नंबर 1. सेकंड पॉइंट, साइंस एंड टेक, आई हैड नो क्लू, दिस पेपर इज एलियन, माय लाइफ इज नॉट as it used to be, something like that you can write. So evaluate the paper in subject wise, write the lessons learned. XYZ material I studied for current, not good enough. Current strategy needs discussion. Correction strategy लिख लीजिए अभी. Make this for your next attempt. This is a better utilization of your time for your prelim strategy. Right now you would know what you did in the paper, what you studied, everything is crystal clear in your mind. Yes or no?
Yes,
so
sir.
Please use this strategy. Some of you are having PCS exam day after, so after that you come and make this strategy and seal your prelims strategy. And both, irrespective of whether you are clearing or not clearing, strategy fixed. Now come to mains. Now with respect to mains, there will be two sets of people. One, veterans. We used to be called veterans. After giving 1 or 2 attempts, we used to be called veterans. And there are newcomers. है ना? Both of you will have a perfect model for mains, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
जब आप लड़की देखने जाने के लिए वो होते हैं, you have a perfect, कैटरीना कैफ सभी को मिले, है ना? बट आपके जीवन से तो दुख खत्म नहीं होता है, कैसे मिलेगा आपको? So see, that is why we idealize things which are very difficult to be put into scientific methods. उसको हम सोचते हैं कि अब एकदम ऐसा करेंगे. Now she left me, now I'll go and find Katrina Kaif. अरे नहीं, पहले आप अपने को तो improve कीजिए. First improve yourself. Maybe you are not worth it. So right now, for a veteran, the perfect model is that you will go and topper talk देखेंगे आप, वो बोलेंगे टेस्ट सीरीज लिखो, आप जाके अगले दिन टेस्ट सीरीज ज्वाइन कर लीजिएगा. And you and I both know how many tests you will write, because I know, because I also did the same thing, right? That is why I wrote 5 mains. तो यही स्ट्रेटेजी करेंगे आप. भाई उन्होंने बोला टेस्ट सीरीज बहुत जरूरी है, प्रीलिम्स के बाद टेस्ट सीरीज की प्रैक्टिस जरूरी है. क्या आपके लिए जरूरी है? डू यू इवन नो द मीनिंग ऑफ राइटिंग अ टेस्ट सीरीज? रैंडम क्वेश्चंस होते हैं वहां पर, आपने कुछ रैंडम सोर्स से पढ़ा और आप टेस्ट देने चले गए. इज इट जस्ट सिंपली speed based exercise? Yes, it is simply speed based exercise, but you should have the content, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now newcomers, again, इनका perfect model, they will also go for topper stock. और वहां पर बोलेंगे टॉपर्स की मैंने सभी टॉपिक का नोट्स बनाया था. आप क्या करेंगे अगले दिन? you will paste the syllabus, print out निकाल के, first topic modern history, world history, art and culture. You will take out the first topic, write in the copy, start googling, take out maybe XYZ NCERT, नितिन सिंघानिया, नोट्स बनाना चालू. पूरा फोटो बनाया, द्रविडियन आर्किटेक्चर का फोटो, देन नगाड़ा स्टाइल का फोटो, वैसारा स्टाइल डिफरेंस. 4 दिन के बाद ओवर, है ना? Because these are all perfect models, they never work in UPSC. When the topper said make notes, did you ask him or her notes of what? Did they say notes of the entire syllabus that is mentioned in GS 1, 2, 3, 4? No, they never said that, right? So we have to make notes. That is the idea behind this program that we are doing. But notes of what? This question we need to answer first. Both these people will do the beginner rush. They will fail to plan and then plan to fail. And what will be the cycle? pre, mains, maybe for some pre, for some mains, and some unfortunate ones like me, this also. This is really unfortunate if you are in this cycle. I consider people who are failing prelims still blessed than having a very faulty strategy for mains, because you will never have the time to come back and study mains properly unless you keep repeating the same thing. So the second idea is clear, that please don't go for a perfect model. There is no such thing as a perfect model for mains, right? Neither test series, neither making notes of everything under the sun. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
The third idea is source. Mains का source syllabus तो पता है. Many of you, I'm assuring many of you don't even know 10 topics of syllabus. हमने उसको उतनी importance नहीं दी. We never sat down for 1 day, 2 day, 3 day with the syllabus and tried to identify, codify the syllabus. हमको लगा कि it is not important, not because you are a non-serious candidate, but because you did not find it important, right? क्या मतलब syllabus में लिखा है वही तो पढ़ा रहे हैं सब लोग, है ना? Now I give you a Kalashnikov to go and fight in a battle, but you don't know where the safety pin is. आपके कुछ काम आएगा?
No.
AK-47 Kalashnikov उसको कहते हैं भाई. बाकी KGF देख के तो पता ही चल गया होगा, पहले नहीं पता होगा, right? So now first you should know the syllabus, but आप क्या करेंगे? सिलेबस देख के वही सेम स्ट्रेटेजी टॉपिक वाइज नोट्स बनाते हैं. Again, this is a problem. We don't have to make topic wise notes, we have to make theme wise notes, and this theme will be best is to make theme wise notes of PYQ, which is what we will be doing in EMP. Not just theme wise notes, we will be teaching you the themes. First idea. Second, some of you then will start reading the NCERT. कहीं पर आप देख लेंगे किसी वीडियो में, किसी चैनल पे, किसी इंस्टीट्यूट में NCERT पढ़ना है, सोसाइटी की आप NCERT प्री के बाद पढ़ना स्टार्ट कर दें. I am not saying reading society NCERT is bad, but it is for someone who has to give the attempt next to next year, not for you. Somebody who is just starting the preparation, for them reading NCERT is fine. For society, for you there is already concise material: communalism, secularism, regionalism, urbanization, challenges to urbanization. There is precise material made on this. Why not study that? Why read the NCERT? क्या अलग मिलेगा आपको? When there is precise material on these topics, ये सब हवाई बातें हैं कि NCERT पढ़िएगा तभी सोसाइटी आपका कंप्लीट हो पाएगा. No. When people have made compiled notes of NCERT, we will do that. Third strategy, you will see in some topper talk, she or he will say, I read this book. Shashi Tharoor's this book was excellent. Or some of you will purchase India's Way by Dr. S. Shankar for IR. Is this a book for IR? For UPSC? Or will you get maybe 3 or 4 ideas for UPSC from this book? Muniratna?
No, sir.
So what is the intelligent way? We will do a book summary and we will have these 3 or 4 ideas. You will quote Dr. S. Shankar in India's Way. In conclusion, you will write, says, India cannot be a passive recipient of outcomes. We have to take risks. That is why you see India is following now a very aggressive foreign policy. Like we are actively criticizing Europe for its duplicacy, double standards. We have told US, if you talk about our human rights, we will also publish and talk about your human rights, right? So इतना ही चाहिए आपको इस एग्जाम के लिए. उसके बाद आप इंटरव्यू के लिए इंडियाज वे बाय डॉक्टर एस जयशंकर पढ़ लीजिएगा. आई एम नॉट डिनाइंग दैट इट इज एन एक्सीलेंट बुक, बट right now, some of you who are studying for 18 hours, you please read India's Way, and you also write a book with Dr. S. Jaishankar. Fine. But some of you who are studying less than 10 hours, please don't make this fatal mistake. So problems in source, are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So idea is we should have precise source. Now source में some mistakes, you avoid the sources that you have already read for prelims. I am sure Lakshmikant सभी ने पढ़ा है ना prelims के लिए. Spectrum everybody has read.
Yes.
But is this not the same syllabus for polity GS2? Is the syllabus not same, bearing some topics like separation of power in detail, secularism in detail, maybe quasi judicial bodies, then extra constitutional bodies, statutory bodies, those things are there additionally, but the general idea of polity is based on Lakshmikant, or at least can we use this book for mains? Yes or no? So that part will also be inculcated in this class, that how do we use what we already know, because that is the basic mantra that toppers use. They don't know 10 things, they know one thing and they know how to use it in 10 places. I'm sure they will not tell you this because they will come across as very intelligent extraterrestrial human beings, but that is not the case. They know the ability of knowing few things and how to utilize to its most possible extent. Okay. So similarly for spectrum, what you would do on the other hand is over and under emphasis. Over and under emphasis मतलब आप वर्ल्ड हिस्ट्री का विजन का कवर टू कवर उठा के पढ़ना चालू कर दीजिएगा, है ना. फ्यूडलिज्म पढ़ लिया, इनलाइटनमेंट पढ़ लिया, रेनेसांस पढ़ लिया, आपका रेनेसांस हो गया अगले अटेम्प्ट के लिए. आप ये तो देखिए कि वर्ल्ड हिस्ट्री से क्या आया है. At max, the 40 years evaluation we did, at max they are asking World War I to World War II events, if at all they are asking. Then they are asking the 3 revolutions: French Revolution, American Revolution, and what is the other revolution? Russian Revolution. They are now, because please mute, now they are basically tired of asking the same revolution, so they will ask probably the Chinese Revolution. So if we do these things with capitalism, Marxism, does it not cover my weakness in world history, and it saves me time to do other things?
Yes.
Why have a, if you read the 300 pages, will you be able to replicate in answers? No. So again, similar strategy for art and culture. Again, you don't know which part to read. Now most of the books of art and culture are in preliminary mode, or they are in objective style read. So again, that becomes a problem. And on the contrary, you ignore very simple topics but of very much significance. For example, democracy in demography. Is there not every year a question on women related issues, child related issues, elderly issues, migrant issues? Is there a question on demography?
Yes.
Poverty, hunger, malnutrition, health, education, ये छोटे छोटे टॉपिक्स हैं which seemingly for you looks like अरे यार ये तो मुझे आता है, I know health, primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector, but can you replicate within 7 minutes an answer that gives you 4.5, 5 marks? That is what we have to learn. That is what toppers do. That is इतनी simple बात है. Even if you know about health, आपके पास 1.5 से 2 पेज का health का notes होना चाहिए. Whatever may be the question, you will be able to reproduce a good answer with introduction, conclusion, statistics. What is WHO saying on India's health? What is global burden of disease report saying on India's health? What is Niti Aayog's index saying on various states? यही बातें तो आपको पता होनी चाहिए ना. But if you know it in one page, end of the story of health. उसके बाद आपको क्या 10 editorial health पे पढ़ना चाहिए. Even if you are going to read 10 editorials, you will read it faster and you will just do 1 or 2 value added points. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now the last problem, the perfectionist answer. How many of you have not written answers because you want to write a very good answer? Raise of hand. My is raised.
Me, sir.
Yes. See, हाँ, और we want to write कि पहला ही आंसर एकदम वैसा हो कि यूपीएससी चेयरमैन की ओपनिंग आ जाए. You don't qualify to become an IAS officer, you qualify to become the next chairman. ऐसी हमारी अप्रोच होती है. बट द ओनली वे दैट यू कैन इम्प्रूव इन आंसर राइटिंग इज बाय there is a reason it is called answer writing, है ना, and not oral answer discussion. Oral answer discussion में I am sure all of you are experts. आप मुझे पूरा स्ट्रक्चर समझा दोगे सर. इंट्रोडक्शन में ना I will quote वर्ल्ड बैंक. सर बॉडी में ना I will divide into issues, challenges. एक बार लिख के दिखाइए. Then you will realize the problems associated with it, है ना. And then we will move to stage 2, stage 3 where we perfect the answers. Perfect मतलब कहाँ पर डायग्राम बनाए, where is the possibility of making a flow chart. For example, economics is a subject in which flow chart always is a better way to represent answer because things will be interconnected, है ना. For example, suppose India's fiscal deficit has increased. If fiscal deficit has increased, will it lead to rising inflation? Will it lead to crowding out of private investment? भाई अगर सरकार ही बोरो कर रही है तो क्या पैसा बचेगा बैंक्स में फॉर प्राइवेट सेक्टर टू बोरो? That concept is known as crowding out of private sector. Will it lead to degrading of our sovereign ratings? वो तो वैसे भी रुके रहते हैं इंडिया को जंग स्टेटस में डालने के लिए, है कि नहीं? Will it lead to decline in GDP estimates? They will come up with, पैसा नहीं जाएगा उनको अगर जीडीपी का एस्टिमेट डिक्लाइन कर देंगे. Will it deter foreign investors from coming to India? Will it lead to decline in fiscal deficit? I mean fiscal deficit increasing further. So this is a cycle. Now so many concepts you very easily explain through a self-explanatory diagram in a very under 1 minute. So such are the techniques which will be relevant in many papers. This is answer writing, but this cannot be learned by somebody telling you unless and until you practice and make these things. I am telling you from my personal experience, whichever institute I joined, whichever test series I wrote, एक दो टेस्ट लिखा, ऐसे रिमार्क्स आएंगे टॉपर, टॉप 10, टॉप 1, ये वो वगैरह वगैरह करके चढ़ा दिया, छोड़ दिया मैंने. बस आता है मुझे. आई नो आंसर राइटिंग नाउ. सर हैज सेड, सर इज द अथॉरिटी एंड ही हैज सेड कि अरे यार तुम तो टॉप 10 मटेरियल. बस आप उसके बाद गायब हो गए रेस से. बिकॉज सी, talent can be beaten by hard work if hard work does not do if talent does not do hard work. इस एग्जाम में, मेंस में स्पेशली, you will have to work hard. Prelims not so much. Prelims is all about smart work, but mains में on your optional etc you will have to give sufficient time. And sufficient time का मतलब I am not expecting you to give 18 hours. I am expecting you to give reasonable time, 6 to 8 hours every day. That is fine. Okay, so let's come to the next thing. There are 3 pillars that you must not ignore and everybody ignores: optional, ethics, essay. This optional decides whether you are in the list or not. In my first attempt, I got 414 GS. This was among the top 20-30 people score in 2015. Optional mein I got 160 in both the papers out of the list. Why? Strategy not balanced. Optional not given its due importance. Ethics, आपके पास करंट अफेयर्स पढ़ने के अलावा टाइम है क्या? एथिक्स तो अरे हो जाएगा यार, लास्ट में देखेंगे. 20 दिन, 15 दिन, 10 दिन, 5 दिन. आई हैव सीन पीपल स्टडीइंग एथिक्स फॉर 1 डे. इज दिस नॉट फॉर 250 मार्क्स? है ना?
Yes.
सो प्लीज गिव इट ड्यू इंपॉर्टेंस. अगर आप बहुत ज्यादा करंट साल भर पढ़ रहे हैं तो भी आप GS2 और GS3 में ही लिख के आइएगा. यस और नो? एंड एवरेज स्कोर इन GS2 विल बी 90. बहुत अच्छा स्कोर विल बी 125. And you will get say 95. So you are losing say 20 marks here, 20 marks here, 40 marks you are losing if your current is not top notch, like best of the best. 40 marks you are losing. If your ethics is not top notch, you will get 90 or 80 and people will get 150, 160. In just one paper, you will lose 50 to 60 marks. That is the kind of risk you are taking by not focusing on ethics. Same thing on essay. Essay में आपको पता ही नहीं होगा लास्ट तक, आप लास्ट के 3-4 दिनों में, many people have seen कि वो अगर 8 तारीख से एग्जाम चालू हो रहा है तो आप 5, 6, 7 तारीख को ऐसे उठाएंगे फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम इन योर लाइफ, एंड you will get average marks 90. People are getting 140, 150, 157. Again, out of the race just because of one strategic error. Essay. Optional, you may get 160 also and you will get 300 also. 140 marks variation. Decides whether you are IAS or whether you are, क्या थे वो, कौन से भैया?
Home cutter.
नहीं, who comes to meet the IAS. Some, that there's a scene, no, in that TVF that person comes to meet.
संदीप भैया.
संदीप भैया, हाँ. तो फिर आप संदीप भैया बनना चाहते हैं, और whether you want, that will be decided by optional. But कहाँ से टाइम लाएं? आपके मन में यही आ रहा होगा, सर ऑप्शनल के लिए टाइम कहाँ से लाएं? तो वही चीज टाइम आपको निकालेंगे हम कहाँ से? भाई, the last problem, the time curse. Time is same for everybody. How do we balance it? That is why we devised this program, Excel mains through PYQ. We will be trying to complete these things through themes that we have analyzed going past 1979. We have identified themes which UPSC has asked almost every year, every alternate year, 3 years, 4 years. And we will teach you that theme. You will have 2 to 3 page notes on that theme. We will also do live PYQ writing. Very rarely you will find PYQ writing for such a broad, all the subjects for such a broad year. Nobody is going to do that. क्योंकि इतनी मेहनत, it does not make commercial sense to the commercial market present out there. But why we are doing is because this saves you the time for your optional. This saves you the time for your essay. This saves you the time to focus on your ethics. This frees you from the problems that we saw above. For example, source ka problem. For example, problem of identification of the right approach to studying for mains. All those problems, they will be sorted out. So EMP mein what are we going to do? For all the subjects like polity and geography, environment, I'll be taking. We will be doing theme-wise identification of polity paper. We will be writing those. I'll also teach you first question. आपको दिखाएंगे अभी जैसे डेमो में दिखाता हूँ आगे. Question आपको दिखाएंगे कि ये देखो ये रहा theme. अब इसमें से identify कीजिए. So that when you see UPSC paper, अभी आप जब UPSC का पेपर देखते होंगे, how many of you can get this confusion कि यार ये पूछना क्या चाहते? What is it that they expect me to write?
Yes, sir.
And maybe sitting in your room you can somehow identify, but sitting in an exam hall you will be question mark. So that 2 minutes which you waste in trying to identify कि कौन से topic से लिखना है, that 2 minutes will be saved for you, and in 20 questions that gives you 40 minutes. ये 40 मिनट में आप ऐसे 3-4 क्वेश्चन लिखेंगे जो कि which are slightly difficult, which other people are not writing because उसमें वहां पर on the spot you have not read that topic before. On the spot you have to make up your answer. There that requires more time. Also you will be completing the paper. Paper completion does not come from practicing test series. Paper completion comes from having strategies for answers, having prepared notes for topics. Paper completion does not happen. Many of you must have written full test series, but were you able to complete the test paper at least with a quality answer? Not a quality answer. Quality answer तो भूल जाइए कि quality answer के साथ पूरा हो.
No.
No, sir.
हाँ, so that is the thing. Now enough of Gyan. I think I'll just summarize all the 5 mistakes. The first mistake that we do is we go for what? Anaga?
perfect mod.
No, we wait for the result. Right now you will waste time, है ना? You will wait for the result irrespective of you have seen XYZ institute से लेके चहल तहल दहल सब मचा लोगे, लेकिन कट ऑफ पता होने के बाद भी वेट करेंगे आप. You will wait for some falling star to happen and maybe you will get the cut off even when you know whether you are clearing or not clearing, and you will not study. So this time wasted is a big problem. Solution is objectively evaluate your paper, see the mistakes and lessons learned. Point number one. Second point, now you come to a stage whether you are either a veteran or a newcomer. Okay, so either a veteran or a newcomer, what do you have to do? Let me turn on the video for this. Okay, so either you are a veteran or a newcomer. What do you have to do with this? If you are a veteran, don't go for answer writing blankly. Don't join a test series and start writing an answer. If you are a newcomer, then don't start making notes of everything on planet Earth. Both of these are perfect models. Don't go for perfect models. Second mistake. Third mistake that we can make is that we have the fear of missing out on source. Don't, in this exam, stop fearing that you will not have some source which some person is having. At least we assure you that the best source that is available for that topic, we will be giving to you. We will be including in the classes. Don't bother about the source. And at your end, do be very comfortable with the syllabus. That is something that I expect you to do. Be very comfortable with the syllabus topics. Interlinking वहीं से आएगा. लोग कहते हैं आंसर को interlink कीजिए. कहाँ से आएगा? आपके syllabus को link करने से आएगा. If you can link, you will be performing better. Then fourth idea is after you have analyzed this, you should know how to connect Lakshmikant for mains, how to connect prelim spectrum for mains. What is it that constitutes a good answer, right? Then next mistake is that we are ignoring the pillars, 3 pillars: optional, ethics and essay, because we have lack of time, and we come at the final strategy, that is the time curse. We think कि time नहीं है, यही का part कर पाएंगे, GS1 हो पाएगा, GS2 हो पाएगा. So that time curse comes from this over emphasis, under emphasis of your time. You study what is not that much required and you don't study what is required. So the idea is now that let's begin this EMP program, which tries to handle these things, which tries to analyze these things. Okay. If there is any doubt, you can ask me for 1 minute. Any doubt?
Sir, start करने से पहले what should we do?
EMP start करने से पहले, what do we expect you to study, right?
Yes.
So like, suppose I am starting polity EMP. Okay. So we have I'll be telling you that ठीक है, आप एक काम कीजिए, आप लक्ष्मीकांत से फेडरलिज्म चैप्टर को पढ़ के आइए. Or better idea will be I teach you federalism, then you go and quickly study Lakshmikant. You will be able to identify some things that you can write for mains. Okay. Right now, then your focus should be on, like if you are studying for 8 to 9 hours in a day, 4 hours, 4.5 hours should go for your optional. Okay. Ethics as a subject, I am sure most of you have not studied. So focus on studying that. Although we will do ethics also PYQ se, but as an optional, you should, as a subject, you should give it its due treatment. बाकी सब आप पूरे साल पढ़ते रहोगे, current affairs, this, that, etc., all those things. Okay. So as a strategy, we will recommend कि ठीक है, next time we are doing polity themes, so you can study these chapters from polity. Better would be you go and study after it. Okay. Focus on your optional. Focus on current affairs में जो GS2 और 3 के लिए latest edition है. Keep focusing on that. And essay के लिए weekly at least write 1 essay. Essay will also be doing some theme wise things for essay. So weekly you have to write 1 essay, only then you can get, or maybe fortnightly. For those who are very new, don't write weekly.